Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Transfer News Latest. We have a lot to get into today, including several Chelsea outgoings, an update on SESKO, and more. So let's get straight into it. Before I get started, I would like to remind you guys to please like the video and subscribe to the channel. It really helps me out. Also, comment down below on your thoughts on the current transfer news. Well, I start with news from Chelsea. Firstly, after the departure of Armando Broja, Burnley have also signed Leslie Ugochukwu. The deal has been locked and loaded with a medical authorised. The French midfielder will sign a 5-year contract. Honestly, this is a good move for me, mainly because the player has barely played for Chelsea outside of pre-season, so it's good to finally get him off the books. I think this can also strengthen Burnley's hopes to stay in the league, though I don't think they will. Staying with the Chelsea theme, the deal for Kiernan Dewsbury Hall is locked and loaded. The permanent deal has been agreed with the fee fixed at £29 million including add-ons. This, I think, is also good for him, as this will give him more game time because Chelsea have Caicedo, Enzo, Lavia, Andre Santos and now Sugo in the midfield, so he won't really get a look in. So it's good for him, get him off the books, that's all fine. Yeah. But that's not the only sales Chelsea are looking at, as Borussia Dortmund have reactivated talks with Chelsea for Carney Chukwuemeka. From what I've read, negotiations are ongoing between the clubs as Carney wants the move and Chelsea insist on a permanent transfer, mainly to reduce their squad numbers. And actually, in addition, as I mentioned in a YouTube short yesterday, go watch that by the way, Tyree George could leave Chelsea to look for more minutes with the possibility of a permanent move. Right now, Bundesliga clubs Gladbach and RB Leipzig are most interested in him. But regarding RB Leipzig, it's a separate deal to the Xavi Simons one. However, right now I would prefer to loan him out because, well, he's a young kid, he's 19, and he's class, and I really do think it would be a shame to let him go permanently. Actually, if Chelsea do sell him permanently, if they added maybe either a buyback clause or a sell-on clause, that could work. Though it does really make sense, because Chelsea will now have Pedro Neto, Jamie Gittins, Esteval, and Cole Palmer, who will all play on the wings, and they will all want first team minutes. Actually, maybe not Cole Palmer, but you get what I mean. Actually, as well, regarding wingers, Chelsea are also looking at signing Xavi Simons and Garnacho. So, yeah, it makes sense why he wants to leave. And actually, speaking of those last two, there are no new updates on stories for those two, and Chelsea is still just working on deals for them. As well as for Christopher Nkunku and Nicholas Jackson, so I'm sure more will come regarding them. Meanwhile, there's been news over in East London, and West Ham defender, well, actually free agent now, but yeah, former West Ham defender Vladimir Kufau, I think that's how you say it, has agreed to sign for Hoffenheim and is already in Germany for medical tests and to sign his contract. And West Ham are also looking at a better goalkeeper than Areola, so they are looking at John from Botafogo. According to Fabrizio Romano, the goalkeeper wants the move, so both clubs are discussing a deal. And Botafogo have already signed their replacement, which is Bournemouth goalkeeper Neto. According to David Ornstein, the goalkeeper will sign a 2-year deal and is already flying to Rio for his medical. And there is more news from London, as Thomas Partey is set to join Villarreal as a free agent on a 2-year contract after leaving Arsenal. Well, honestly, I'm not really sure whether this is very ethical by Villarreal. After all, he is set to appear in court on charges of essay and... how do I say this? Other non-consensual acts. So... whether this deal will actually go through or not remains to be seen, because it seems more likely that he will be joining Prison FC than any other football club, but that's just me. In addition, Stuttgart are pursuing a deal to sign Fabio Vieira from Arsenal on a permanent deal. That's really all I have to say. He spent the last season on loan at Porto, so I guess that would be a signing Arsenal are keen to look... yeah, that is a player Arsenal would be keen to let go to balance the books and stuff. Meanwhile, Everton have made an improved offer for Southampton teenager Tyler Dibling with a fee worth £40 million, including add-ons. However, it is expected that Southampton will reject this deal because they want more for the 19-year-old. I do remember seeing, like, might have been 2 months ago now, that Southampton wanted £100 million for him. Like, okay, he's good, but he's not that good, so... they're gonna need to come to some deal there, but who knows. And staying in the Championship, and more specifically newly relegated clubs, and Ipswich Town have agreed a deal to sign Jens Cajuste on loan for a fee of €2 million and a €7 million buyback. No, and a... how do I say this? And... an option to buy worth €7 million, which will be activated automatically if Ipswich get promoted. There it is. And another headline worth noting, I don't know how I've left it this long, is Newcastle have sent an official bid to RB Leipzig for Benjamin Sesko, with a fee consisting of €80 million with €10 million in add-ons. Now, there are no decisions yet from the player, as Manchester United have confirmed again to RB Leipzig that they will bid if Sesko chooses them. So, this does go back to what I said yesterday, well, actually 2 days ago now, that you can see how Newcastle are prepared to bid whatever, are prepared to pay whatever, while Manchester United are prepared to bid. Though at the same time, Manchester United has stronger pulling power than Newcastle, which is why Newcastle have only got Alanga this transfer window. Well, he's been the only big name they've got. So again, we'll only just have to wait and see what happens there. Another headline worth noting is Nottingham Forest have agreed a deal to sign Angus Gunn from Norwich. Honestly, I'm not sure how much game time he will get, as he will have to compete for starts against the Premier League Golden Glove winner. And finally, Fenerbahce keep working on a deal for Kerem Arturkoglu from Benfica. Negotiations are underway and Fenerbahce are confident they will get it done. Well, that's all the transfer news I have for you today. Thank you all so very much for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe if you haven't already. And be sure to get your comments in on your thoughts on the current transfer news. Thank you and goodbye.